Hello, and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you all, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Well, today, hope you're feeling grand, and I was very old. Hello there, everybody. I ran out of air then. Hello there. Today, people of the tube, we are going to be looking at the pedals we desperately need back from Marshall, and that's these things. So I've nearly got the whole set now. I'm -1. I'm missing the Vibratrem, the tremolo pedal, but I have pretty much all of them. And today, people of the tube, we're going to make a pedal board out of all these and see what kind of sounds we can get. So let's start from left to right. What we got here? So the first one on this side is the regenerator modulation. So you've got 6 different sounds in this one. You've got chorus, different chorus, flanger phaser, step phaser, which is like a step filter, and a univibe kind of thing. It's not really a univibe though, as you will hear in a bit, because that pedal is ace and I love it to bits. Next one along is the echo head delay. You've got 6 different types of delay in that one. You've got the hi-fi, which is kind of like a digital delay, analog delay, which gives you kind of like a darker repeat. Tape echo gives you modulation on your repeats. Multi-tap is that Andy Timmons, Dave Gilmour thing. Reverse guitar, and then the modulation filter, which is really, really cool. Sounds like a chorus on your delays, your repeats. Edward the compressor, everybody, bow down to Edward. This is exactly what it says on the tin, a compressor pedal, and it is ace. I've had that one for absolutely ages. Next one is Super Vibe Chorus. Not the biggest fan of this one, but I want to collect the whole set, so I need it. But it is a really cool chorus. It can be quite solo, it can be quite crazy, but it's a really, really nice chorus pedal. Next one, my friend, my favorite distortion pedal of all time and space, the Marshall Governor 2 Plus. Heaven. Next one along, the Marshall Bluesbreaker 2. Much prefer this to the Marshall Bluesbreaker 1. I think this is just like superior in every way, shape, and form, people of YouTube, but that's me. And finally, we have the mighty Marshall, the Jackhammer JH1, which is a beast as well. So today, people of YouTube, we're going to plug all these in. We're going to go through them. I'm going to talk about how I'm setting them up as we go, and we're just going to have fun with them. But Marshall, if you're watching, we need these back, because these were amazing pedals, absolutely amazing. I remember they were like 40 to 45 quid when I started playing guitar and these things came out. I remember they were about 40 to 45 quid, and they were so good. Like I say, I've been using the Marshall Governor since 2007, and I just have no desire to change. I've been using the Jackhammer since 2003. One of my first years. It's the first ever pedal I got was the Jackhammer. Compressor, I've had that one since 2004. When I found John Frusciante had a compressor pedal, I had to get one. I got the Bluesbreaker in about 2008, I think it was, and again, it's amazing. And I got the Reflector, Echo Head, and the Super Vibe very recently. Anyway, let me get all these plugged in, set up. We're going to be running it all off the Fender Engine Room Level 12. We're going through the Marshall MG behind me, and also the glorious CL120 in stereo today, so you're going to hear it both the 412 cabs behind me. And yeah, I'm going to plug all these in, get a pedal board going. I'm not going to touch the settings at this point in time. We'll do that as we go, but I'm going to set it up in the way I would, and then I'll explain why I've done it in such a way. But yeah, Marshall, please, come on. We need these things back. These things were amazing. Okay, people of YouTube, so I'm going to talk how I wasn't going to, which would have been very, very stupid of me. But I'm going to talk in what order I'm going to set these things up in and why I'm doing it. So, what's the first pedal I want to use? And when I mean first pedal, I mean my first pedal, which means comes from the amp into watt. So the first pedal I want to use is the Super Vibe Chorus. So we're going from the amp into the Super Vibe. Okay, so that's the first one. I'm going to want the regenerator next, so modulation again. They are slightly different, these two, which is really, really cool. Okay, so that's that one. This is going to be a big pedal board because the patch leads don't bend as well. Yeah, I want the Echo Head next, because actually, you know what? No, I don't. I want the Echo Head first, because any modulation I get, I don't want to be sending into the delay. Actually, which means that needs to be there. No, so I'm right. I am right. See, I know what I'm doing. I'm skilled in such ways. No, yeah, I'm right. I think I'm right. We're going to find out. Oh, something really cool with the Echo Head, people of the tube. If you plug into output 1 on this side, because it's a stereo pedal, same as the Regenerator and the Super Vibe, they're stereo as well. If you plug into the left output on the Echo Head, you get kind of normal delay. So when you turn it on, you get the delay. When you turn it off, the delay just cuts out. But if you plug into output 2 on the Echo Head, when you turn it off, you get tails, which means basically your delay will die away naturally without it just going and being cut off. Super cool. I don't know any other pedal that is that old that has that thing. So next we're gonna go. Now here we go, people. This is where things get a bit messy. I'm gonna put the compressor at the the governor at the end. Then I want the blues breaker. Sorry, the governor. Yeah, governor at the end. Blues breaker. Where can I put? See, here we go. Because what would be better? Yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the compressor here. So Echo Head into the compressor. Make sure I don't plug it to the tap tempo. So there we go. And then we'll plug the jackhammer in there. And then we'll plug it into the other. Okay. Okay, one more patch lead. And we have our Marshall pedal board. It's probably out of shot now because it's really, really, really long. So let's just pull these in a bit. I love these things. Well, I still love these things. I still think they're some of the best pedals I've ever played through. Okay, so we have, this is our effects, this is our pedal board, people of YouTube. So we're coming from the amp, we're going into the Super Vibe chorus. Well, actually, technically we're hitting the looper first, but that's so I can do an outro jam. So, pedal-wise, Super Vibe chorus first, going into the Regenerator, which is another modulation, Echo Head delay, Edward the compressor, jackhammer, blues breaker, and the governor. Actually, I'm going to switch these two around. So I'm going to put the governor on this side and have the blues breaker at the end here. The governor, the blues breaker is lower gain than the governor. The governor's a lot more heavy distortion, and that's it. So yeah, so now I'm going to grab a guitar, and we'll have some fun with it. Why have I done it this way? Well, simply, let me just explain that as well. So I like choruses and delays first on this side, and then the compressor pedal's kind of in the middle, and then I have distortions over here. So it's kind of like distortions, compressor in the middle, and then modulations. It's just kind of like broken into kind of 3 blocks there. The reason the compressor pedal's here is I could probably use it if I was going out live as a I could use it as a volume jump, people would choose. So this would act as a volume jump. I'll have the blues breaker set at like a mild kind of low gainish, kind of mid gain. Governor will be mass distortion. Jackhammer will be my always on pedal, so it'll give me that kind of John Frusciante dirty clean. Compressor will act as a boost, but we're going to play around with it, see what else we can get out of it. Echo Head delay will be whatever. I'll play around with that. The Regenerator and the Super Vibe, again, obviously the Super Vibe can only be chorus, which means we can have a Regenerator do whatever we want it to be. It could be a flanger, phaser, step filter, or a univibe kind of thing. Really cool. Okay, so let me grab a guitar and let's start making some noise. Okay, people tube, so here we go. I didn't realise how close I am to these. That's clever. Anyway, so this is the amp sounds we've got. So this is just the Marshall MG and the Orange CR120 clean. Not much going on there, we're just like totally, yeah, it is literally just totally clean. You know, it's a nice bed for these things to lay in. Okay, so, I don't know where to start. Well, let's start with, well, I'm going to start here, actually, with the compressor and the jackhammer. So I'm going to turn the jackhammer on, and this is going to be basically our clean tone. A little bit too much gain. So I'll just turn. So at this point in time, I'm set to the overdrive mode on the governor. Oh, sorry, on the jackhammer. Overdrive mode. I've got the volume at 3 o'clock. I've got the gain now at 10 o'clock. That might change in a sec. No treble, no bass. They're turned all the way down. I've got the frequency dial all the way up, and I've got the contour dial at 12 o'clock. That's a magic setting, people of the tube. I had a bit too much gain on it as a start. I normally run it with the gain at 12 o'clock, but I think that's too much. I mean, it sounds fantastic, but it is a bit too much gain. So we're going to turn it down to 10 o'clock. So, now that's that. So what I'm going to do now, people, I'm going to shoot over here. We're going to go to the chorus now. Let's see, is this... Okay, I don't know, this is all set at 0. So, let's just set it all at 12. Does what it says on the tin there, people. That's the chorus. So now I'm going to cut back here. I'm going to go to the echo head delay. So before I do that, let me tell you I've got the Super Vibe set. So I've got the speed at 12 o'clock. I've got the depth all the way up because when I want, if I'm using chorus, people, I want to hear it. I don't want it to be subtle. I don't like any effects to be subtle. I want it to be up front center. There's a dial here called called wave, and there's a thing that goes from fixed to VAR, VAR, and I'm guessing that's kind of like, you know, variable and fixed. And then I've got that set at 1 o'clock, and I have a filter which is cut and pass all the way up. It sounds really good. So this is just a jackhammer. Actually, I'll tell you what, let me turn that off. This is totally clean. Super Vibe. Gorgeous chorus pedal. Sounds fantastic. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to skip over the regenerator for now because I don't know what I want to do with it. And we're going to go to the echo head delay. So let's just set that up. I mean, what I want from the echo head is I want the multi-tap. So I'll quickly run through this quickly. So this is the digital delay. So you can hear the repeats are exactly what I play in. There's no degradation or anything like that. This is the analog delay, which will give you a darker repeat. You can hear it kind of like die away, it gets darker. Tape echo will give you kind of modulation on your repeats. It'll kind of like simulate that kind of like warbling tape thing. I don't know if you'll be able to hear that very well. But as the repeats go, it kind of degrades. This is multi-tap. This is the one I want to use because I say this gives that kind of Andy Timmons kind of thing. You've got two different delays going at the same time. So one's at one speed, one's at another, and the way they kind of interact gives you this really cool rhythmic thing. Which is really, really cool. Next one is reverse, so it'll send the guitar, well, you'll hear the initial thing, then you hear a repeat, which is backwards. Which is really, really cool. And then you get the modulation filter, which gives it kind of like a phaser. super cool. Okay, so we're going to go for the Andy Timmons mode, the multi-tap. So, a bit too much level on that. So at this point in time, I have it with the delay time at 11 o'clock, and I've got the feedback at 1 o'clock, and I've got the level at 11 o'clock. And that was another thing I loved about these Marshall pedal speed tubes. They were so easy to dial in. You know, it really is insane. Actually, I'm going to boost up the gain a bit more on the jackhammer as well and put it at 11 o'clock. I'll buy it. Okay, so I still don't know what I want to do with the regenerator, so we're going to leave that for now. We're going to go to Ed. So Ed, the compressor, I have a setting for him, which is, well, I have a couple of different settings, but kind of my main setting is basically leaving everything at 12 o'clock apart from the attack. So you have a dial for emphasis, which kind of like, if it's in the middle, it kind of covers all strings. If it's in the high mode, it'll go after the high strings of the guitar, high frequencies. If it's in the low mode, it'll go after low frequencies. Volume is at 12 o'clock. Attack is how much you want it to come out at you. And then compression, obviously, is compression. This should boost, right? So I should go from that. It should start overdriving. I always thought if you turn up the compression all the way, it sounds like another brick in the wall kind of tone. Because the more you turn up the compression, the more clean the sound is. If I put it back to 12 o'clock, you still get a bit of grunt. But if I turn the compression all the way up now, it'll be cleaner. And one of the things I used to love about Ed, always love about Ed, is it sounds like John Frusciante's soul albums. Like John's got this kind of compressed sound on some of his soul albums, and this always reminded me of that. I'm just going to turn the Okay, so I've just been getting what I did there was I got unity level between these two pedals. So volume on Ed now is at 11 o'clock. So I've got emphasis at 12 o'clock, no attack, compression is all the way up because, again, when I turn this thing on, we want to hear it, don't we? So we're going from this to this. I'm loving this so far, people. What that's doing is just basically giving me a bit more boost. I might actually turn the jackhammer down to 10 o'clock on the gain, and then have Ed give me a bit of a kick over the falls. Because I'm not losing, I'm actually kind of losing a little bit of gain when I turn Ed on, but because it's a compressor, it makes it feel nicer to play. I could turn all the compression off and I can turn the level all the way up. Now this will get loud, but that'll do kind of a similar thing. Without it, with I think I like the mad setting a bit more. You can hear it kind of like pulling the signal back. You can hear the compression really kicking in. I like that. Either way, it's like one of those pedals you never really want to turn off. Ed's just kind of like a happy fellow. Okay, so we're going to go to the governor now. I have a magic setting for the governor. Let's see if it works. If I turn the compressor on, we'll get even more. You know what, PeopleTube? I've had a change of thought of where I want certain pedals. So I'm going to move things quickly. So bear with me. Okay, so what I've just done is I've put Ed right at the beginning, and you know what I'm going to do with him is I'm going to turn him on, and I'm going to leave him on. Because I think this will control things in a really pleasant way. Oh, I need to turn the amps back on. I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to do the turn the volume all the way up, turn the compression all the way off, Andy Timmons trick. So let's try that. Yeah, that's doing exactly what I want. So Ed now is basically controlling everything. Ed is the mediator in all this, and I've basically got it running like Andy Timmons uses his compressor. It's how I use the compressor pedal as well on my main board, which is to have the output volume on the compressor pedal all the way up, but no compression whatsoever. So you're just letting these things still breathe, but you're kicking the front end of the amp a bit more into compression. So it just controls things a bit better. Anyway, I love the sound of that echo head delay. And, oh yeah, let me explain what I mean by tails. So, if I hit a chord, I'll show you this. So if I plug into number 1, let me go back to the digital delay, you'll hear it better. So, if I hit just a thingy, and you'll hear the repeats, when I turn the pedal off, the repeats go away. Okay. Now, if I plug into input number 2, and I turn the pedal on, hit the guitar, turn the pedal off, the echo doesn't go away. It stays there until it actually naturally dies away. So let me show you that again. Super cool. Super cool. Okay, so yeah, so we've got the compressor there, we've got Ed there, jackhammer's on all the time, super vibe setup. Still don't know what I'm doing with regenerator, but I'll get to it in a minute. Echo head I'm pretty much set on. Let's go to a blues breaker now, because the governor, the magic setting never fails to impress me. Gain all the way up, no bass, deep dial is all the way up, no treble, mids are at 10 o'clock, and volume is at 3 o'clock. I'll bring a camera in a bit, PeopleTube. Once this is all set up, I'll bring a camera in. I'll show you the settings close up. So the blues breaker now, I want to be a bit more of a, like, not lower gain, but kind of, well, it is a lower gain pedal, but I want it to be a little bit darker than the governor. The governor's quite aggressive. The blues breaker's a bit more subdued. And I'm going to turn the drive down to about 12 o'clock. Yeah, I like that. I might turn the tone up. Let's see what happens. I just realised I'm not a multi-tap. I am loving this, PeopleTube. This is amazing. Yeah, Marshall, please bring these back. These things are... This could easily be my pedal board, and I'd be quite happy with it. Okay, let's go to regenerator now. I'm just going to go through the sounds, PeopleTube. I'm going to set everything at 12 o'clock, and let's just go through the sounds. So this is called V chorus. V, as in 5 in Roman numerals. Different to the super vibe. Pretty much the same kind of chorus, so we don't need to worry about that one. So the next one is M chorus. So basically it's vintage chorus and modern chorus. Pretty cool. Flanger is next. It's a very cool flanger. Step filter, one of my all-time favourite effects. Oh no, sorry, this is a phaser. I'm an idiot. That's a great chord. That's a great phaser. Step filter. And finally, the vintage vibe, which is like a uni vibe. Okay, so how does that differ to a phaser? Because that sounds very similar. On the phaser here, I really like the phaser. The phaser sounds more uni-vibey than the uni-vibe saying. Anyway, there we go. That's it. We are set up and ready to go. These pedals are amazing. They're easy to dial in. They sound great. They do what they say. Oh my god, people with tube, they're so good. They're so good. They really are. I love them. Love them. Marshall, we need these ones back. Not anything else. Just bring these things back. These things are amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm really loving the compressor at this end as well. That's really, really cool. Super Vibe is really cool. Regenerator I've got as a phaser. Echo Head Delay is fantastic. I love that. Jackhammer is an always on. Job's a good one. Governor is just like the best. I have yet to find a better distortion pedal than the Marshall Governor 2 Plus. For me, that is the ultimate. And then the Blues Breaker is just doing that nice kind of warm overdrivey thing at this part, at this end here. So let me bring you in, PivoTube, and I'll show you how I've got these things set up. Come hither. Let me take you off the stand. Okay, so starting on this side. So it's going to be really hard to see because sadly the dials are silver. You can see me though. Hello. So the emphasis dial. This is how I've got the compressor set. Emphasis 12 o'clock, volume all the way up, no attack, no compression. And that's basically just controlling everything. So Super Vibe Chorus next, set up like this. God, I'm really hemmed in here. This is really hard to see as well. Okay, so yeah, you can just see 12 o'clock, depth is all the way up, The wave is at 1 o'clock, and I've got the filter all the way up at on flat out. Coming along to the regenerator now. This is set to the phaser mode, so number 4. Speed is at 12 o'clock, depth is all the way up, and regen is at 12 o'clock. Where are we now? Echo head delay. Set to the multi-tap, number 4. I have delay time at 11 o'clock. Feedback is at 1 o'clock, right? Yeah, you can see it's there. And I have, I'm missing the knob off this, which is really frustrating. But I have the level at 11 o'clock as well. So that might change when we do an outro jam. So Marshall, jackhammer, the magical always on pedal. So overdrive mode, I've got the gain at 10 o'clock. I moved it down to 10. Volume is at 3 o'clock there. Bass and treble are at 0. Then I have contour at 12 o'clock. You can see it because they're dual concentric. Contour at the back there is at 12 o'clock, and I've got the frequency all the way up. Marshall 2, Governor Plus. Absolute, again, like I say, best adjustment I've ever made. Gain is all the way up. Bass is all the way off. Deep dial is all the way up because it's better than the bass dial. Mids are at 10 to 11 o'clock, half 10 if you will. No treble, and I've got the volume at 3 o'clock. And then we've got the blues breaker set up in the blues mode. So boost mode is just a clean boost setting. Basically it bypasses the drive and the tone dial and just gives you a volume, and it gives you a clean boost, so you can use it as a clean boost if you want. But we've got it in blues mode, and I've got the drive at 12 o'clock, tone at 12 o'clock, and volume at 12 o'clock. Wicked setting. Anyway, this is, like I say, this is a little bit darker and warmer, lower gain than the Governor, but they play really well together. These 3 distortion pedals are insanely good. In all fairness with you, they all play really well together, and don't they look glorious? Anyway, what I'm going to do now, people tubes, I'm just going to play you out with these pedals as they are. I'm going to come up with a backing track through the RC10, and just yeah. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, YouTube. Have you used these Marshall pedals? You know, what's your thoughts on them? Because, like, to me, I don't know why Marshall ever discontinued these things, because they are magic. They just are. They're just magic. And I'm glad I've got nearly all of them. I'm missing one. I need the Vibrotrem, which is the tremolo and vibrato pedal. I need that one. That's the only one I'm missing, and I haven't found one yet. Anyway, I will, though, and I will have it at some point. Oh, yes, I will have it at some point. Anyway, I'm going to get off. Thank you very much indeed for watching, PeopleTube. Hope you enjoyed this little foray into these Marshall pedals. I've tried to, like, demo them quickly and get through it, and, like, it's just a thing of, like, how I would set them up. What would you do differently? I'd be curious to know, actually, PeopleTube. What would you do differently? Where would you put things in a different way? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd be curious to read your thoughts. Okay, yeah, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, really appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Hope you enjoyed this vid, and I will see you again very soon for another one. If you like the channel, please consider becoming a patron at Patreon. Links down in the description box below. Failing that, I do have a guitar course as well. Link to that in the description box below. So yeah, thank you very much indeed, and I'll see you again. Hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I like these things a little bit. And I'll see you again very soon for another one. I could happily go to a gig with these as my pedalboard. I'd miss my DS2 and I'd miss my wah-wah pedal. But I'd be happy nonetheless because I have options. Ah! I've lost my mind. Anyway, shut up, Dave, and go away. Yes, I will now. Bye.